the high seas, Pisces. Cast my line, now they're biting. Yeah, rocky coasts and lighthouses. What she knows now, I doubt it. Talk to me nice. I think your confusion starts with street lights.
Hey Zodiacs, this is Braylon. Some of you may know me better as Pisces Priestess. I'm here to sit down and talk to you about Saturn retrograde, you guys. Woo! This is interesting. Everybody's talking about Saturn retrograde right now in the astrology community. So as a Capricorn rising, I just had to sit down and channel some things about Saturn retrograde. I even got Saturn here with me, guys, on my desk, okay, to talk about this. I'm going to channel some things. Now, Saturn went retrograde on April 17th, just a couple days ago. This was a shift that even the most least aware people of astrology felt this shift. I got people hitting me up. What the hell's going on, Braylon? What's going on? So yeah, guys, Saturn retrograde. We got Chiron and Aries. A lot going on with the cardinal signs right now. So this is about action. Retrogrades are the slowing down of energy. So this might be delayed action. This definitely talks a lot about needing a little bit more time, you guys. Saturn is the Lord of Karma. He is the father of time. So from now until September 6th, there's things that are karmically going on in our universe that we need more time about, okay? Saturn talks about, restrictions and limitations. I got my notes here. Boundaries, discipline, rules, regulations, and responsibility. This is responsibility. So in these videos, you guys, I'm going to be talking about the different areas of responsibility that we need to reflect on. Because this is definitely, I think it's very interesting that Saturn is the Lord of time, right? Saturn rules time. Time is karma. Time and karma are very similar, okay? So Saturn is the father of time. Saturn is a very father figure, all right? So this is definitely time travel, because anytime we have a retrograde, this is time moving backwards. This is time kind of taking a slower turn of events. So this is definitely a wrinkle in time, because I feel like from now until September 6th, we're gaining the ability to have more time about something. What I'm seeing in my head is us running on a treadmill. And we've been running on this treadmill with Saturn and Capricorn, since December 19th is when Saturn first entered Capricorn. So since then, we've been running on this karmic treadmill. And this is Saturn. I see Saturn, he's like, there's this figure, and he's in a suit, of course, and he's kind of intimidating and bulky. And he's like a drill sergeant or something. And he's been running us to death, running us. And this is the transit where he turns down the speed of the treadmill. We finally get to catch our breath, you know what I'm saying? He's secretly proud of us, but don't get too happy about that, guys, because he's slowing down the treadmill temporarily so that he can increase the fucking speed when it comes to September 6th, okay? So the reason why this slowing down of karma, now keep in mind, Saturn is slowing down, but karma is intensifying. Karma is actually more intense the slower it comes. It's like creeping up, like you're not going to get it now, but you're going to get it soon, so it's just kind of creepy. And, I don't want you guys to think that Karma's just out of the building, because Karma has not left the building. She is taking a temporary backseat, so that our Karma from since December to April, so that's 5 months, I believe. We have December, January, February, March, April, so 4 months. For the past 4 months so literally 4 months, because it's been exactly 4 months as I record this video, because December 19th was when Capricorn had Saturn enter their sign. And let me tell you, Saturn is ruled by Capricorn. Capricorn is ruled by Saturn. So he is very comfortable in this grounded Earth 10th house energy. And he's comfortable in Aquarius as well, because these are two signs that talk about the future. These are two signs that talk about social status and community. So this is Saturn, okay? And he is here definitely in this area. So for the past 4 months, we have been doing things, and we might not have even been aware of it. We've been doing things that are karmically involved with our destiny. You know what I'm saying? So this is about reflecting on the past 4 months and getting prepared for the next 5 months. Okay, because this is happening since April 17th to September 6th. So that's from basically Taurus season to Virgo season. So interesting that this is happening in two earth signs. This is Capricorn. This is happening it happened in Aries season, to be fair, but we are 1 day away from Taurus. So the majority of Well, this is going to happen in Taurus season, Gemini, Cancer, Leo, Virgo. But I just think it's interesting that this is happening around the Taurus cusp, which is an earth sign, and then it's going to go back direct in Virgo season. So come Virgo season, you guys, this karma is going to be very grounded. Okay, we're going to be learning. This is all about the reflection. We're going to be reflecting on certain responsibilities right now. This is lessons from the past. I'm calling this the karma control squad. So Saturn has minions. Saturn has people and places and things that work in his favor, that are out here distributing these rules, distributing these regulations. And it's all us. We're bouncing off of each other. Some of us we have karma involved with other people and stuff like that. So this is definitely about reflecting on our responsibilities. This is definitely reflecting on certain limitations that we've learned about since over the past 4 months. Certain discipline. This is a good thing, you guys, because some of us are dealing with limitations that are no longer serving us. Some of us are restricted in areas that Saturn doesn't approve of. Some of us are lacking boundaries that we need to build. Some of us are having way too many boundaries placed on us. So this is about authority, okay? This is about taking authority of our past, you guys. This is about needing more time. This is literally a wrinkle in time, literally time travel. So this is a karmic review of everything that has happened since the past 4 months, since December 19th. And this is an evaluation of growth. How much have we grown? What have we learned about responsibilities? What have we done? What haven't we done? Karma is an energy that comes back around. So what goes around comes around, right? So in this case, what went around is coming back around. This isn't even what's going around anymore. There's nothing going around right now. We're taking a temporary break. So you want to be careful what you do for the next five months, because it's not that you're going to get away with it. You know, karma does come back around. We have these rings with Saturn, right? We have those darker rings there. There's a reason why Saturn has ice rings. This is ice and dust. Saturn's rings are made of ice and dust. So this is old karma. Karma comes with us from past lives and stuff like that. So even, you know, this is old and cold karma. That's why Saturn has dust and ice as their rings, because even the oldest of karma and the coldest of karma is still coming back around, you guys. So it's definitely time to reflect on that. This is going to be a game changer, okay? I'm not going to lie to you guys. Saturn going retrograde is a game changer. So it's going to be interesting to see the different areas of life that this is happening in for all of us. You know, this is definitely something that's going to change. Karma is a very, very, very powerful force. I'm a strong believer in karma. So, you know, don't be afraid, because this is definitely necessary. Karma is what the energy that we put out returning to us. So honestly, I'm so open to karma because I want to get what I deserve. And whether that's a good or bad thing is going to depend on the different individuals that we are. So if you're going to get what you deserve, and if you're confident, if you've worked hard, if you've done if you've been following your karmic path, if you've put in the work, if you've placed certain boundaries, followed certain rules, if you've been on your A game, then this is going to be an easy transit for you. You're just going to be reaping what you sow. So, you know, I feel like that karma is a very important force in our life, because I don't know about you, but I want people to get what they deserve. What goes around comes around. We all have a karmic path, and Saturn controls that for us. Saturn is that father figure, you know what I mean? And there are certain energies that come along with Saturn as an authority figure. You know, he just wants what's best for us. People give Saturn such a horrible rep because they feel like Saturn is a very sinister planet. But to me, I've always loved Saturn. You know, I have Saturn right on top of my sun in my natal chart, and I'm also a Capricorn rising. So Saturn has always been one of my favorite planets. I'm very much open to constructive criticism and authority. You know, I don't really like being told what to do, but as far as astrology goes, as far as Saturn goes, I know that he's never going to lead me wrong. He's never going to lead me astray. You know what I mean? Saturn wants what's best for us. He wants us to grow and be responsible and do things in a timely fashion and be the best selves that we can be, our responsible selves, you know. There are just certain rules that we have as people. Karma has a lot to do with rules and a lot to do with boundaries and restrictions. So we really want to just remain open during this transit, you guys. Remain open to the things that are coming in and releasing from our life. Because if there's anything that I know about this transit, is that it is karmically orchestrated. You know, Saturn doesn't go retrograde and things like that unless it's supposed to. And it's interesting because this is happening in Capricorn, meaning Saturn is very at home, and it's happening with Pluto and Mars. So this has everything to do, you guys, with with karmic action. This has everything to do with a karmic purification because this is happening with Pluto. So this is a karmic transformation. Pluto, Saturn, and Mars all together in Capricorn, definitely working together to purify our actions, to purify our karmic destiny. So I don't know about you, but I'm open to that because sometimes planets just know things better than me. And I am definitely going to trust the universe during this time. Like wherever we wind up between now and September 6th, you guys, just trust in the destiny of things right now. Trust in the karmic divine order of our planets and our universe. Everything happens for a reason, right? So what's coming around is meant to come around. And honestly, I'm going to remain open to everything that comes my way because for all I know, there was something I did in a past life. I trust karma. Karma is a force that I trust. And just remember, guys, karma's only a bitch if you're a bitch to her, okay? So without further ado, I'm going to now start recording and get these other videos uploaded so that we can talk on a more personal level with each zodiac sign about where this is happening for us, okay? So please enjoy your videos, and I will talk to you guys soon. Hi, Scorpio. I'm here to talk to you about your Saturn retrograde in the 3rd house, you guys. So this is very interesting. Anytime we have a 3rd house retrograde, for me, it very much brings up the whole idea of words left unsaid because this is the 3rd house of communication, you guys. So this is very much about traveling back in time. I wouldn't be surprised if throughout this Saturn transit, there were a lot of karmic conversations and a lot of karmic conversations from your past that come back up, Scorpio. This is happening until September 6th. So this is 5 months, guys, of basically a karmic reevaluation. Definitely a karmic review of everything that you've spoken about. This is also your lower mind, Scorpio. So you know how it is when your mind is on that lower vibration of Mercury, and then we have the higher vibration of Jupiter, which is in your sign. So you guys are definitely going through that 9th house energy with Jupiter, the ruler of the 9th house, being in your sign. But that does kind of leave the 3rd house energy a little vacant. And that's why Saturn, so you've got Jupiter in your 1st house expanding your higher mind, but also Saturn in your 3rd house restricting your lower mind. So I believe this transit is happening, Scorpio, so that you're basically, it seems astrology-wise that it would be very hard for a Scorpio to come from a low vibration right now. So this is a time for you to the universe is pulling you. Oh my God, Scorpio, you have a full moon at the end of this month as well in 9 days on the 29th. So Scorpio energy, the sun just entered Taurus today. So there's definitely a lot of Scorpio Taurus energy. Taurus is your opposite sign. So the sun is in your opposite house, of your relationships. And, that's other information there. But I'm just kind of realizing by talking to you how much you guys really you guys are really involved in the springtime, I'm realizing, because there's such a transformation, there's such a death and rebirth that happens around this time. So, Scorpio, your energy is definitely being tapped into by the universe, and it's time to reflect on your responsibilities. It's time to reflect on have you been speaking your truth about your responsibilities? Have you been taking authority over your words? So if there's anyone in your life or any situation that you've been in since December, so for the past 4 months, Saturn has been in Capricorn, but it was straightforward. Now this energy is retrograding. So this is a very, very much of a time to reflect on what you've learned since Saturn has been in your 3rd house. Saturn, it can be very restricting energy. But the thing I know about Saturn is that Saturn is only going to restrict you. And it's those very restrictions that kind of can be clues and hints to what it is that is no longer serving you. These are divine and karmic restrictions and limitations. Sometimes, it reminds me of those video games where, there's all this detail, right? But in the video game, the artist, it created this video game, and you can see all the trees beyond the horizon, but if you run to it, I used to play Spyro, and that would happen where I would all of a sudden bump into, you couldn't go. It's kind of a misleading thing because, the artwork is definitely so expansive, and it's so I don't know why that's coming up, Scorpio. You might see the horizon right now, but be dealing with certain limitations because, the 3rd house talks a lot about, Well, Sagittarius is all about sight, and you have Jupiter, the ruler of Sagittarius, in your sign, and that's retrograde too. So this might be a time for Scorpio to really reflect on what it is that they can see but can't quite reach right now. That's interesting. But it does bring up, you know, that brought up that because I know the universe restricts us sometimes, and it's actually protecting us. You know, sometimes we have to trust divine timing. You know, if anything were to change, we have no idea what we're impacting. You know, it's like time travel, you know what I mean? And this is a review of that time. So trust the limitations that are put on you, Scorpio. And I guess, you know, that would even speak to the limitations when it comes to your voice right now, because this is all about your truth. This is all about your voice and your lower mind and speaking and communication, having certain very, very serious conversations. So any serious conversations that have happened over the past 4 months since December, those were very karmic. Some of those same conversations are going to be brought up again, Scorpio, except they're going to expand now. You're going to have a better idea of why those things took place. You know, this is definitely you taking authority of your own voice and reflecting on the responsibility that you really have right now to speak your own expansive truth. You may need a little bit more time though, Scorpio. This Saturn retrograde has a lot to do with needing more time. You know, even though that you've grown so much since Saturn has been in your sign, or I'm sorry, since Saturn has been in your third house of communication, you know, you still may need a little bit more time to reflect on things before you say it. So it's really a time and a place thing, Scorpio. Choose your words wisely because you have a lot of karmic influence over your third house right now. So if you were to say, so definitely this is manifestation for you, Scorpio. If I were a Scorpio right now, I would definitely be working with affirmations, which is basically speaking things out loud, though, out loud, like anything that you want to see happen in your life, especially around this full moon, any completions or anything transforming. I would definitely, this is the time to speak, Scorpio, even though Saturn is there restricting, and you know he's only restricting you from things that no longer serve you. He's going to go back in time and reevaluate all these conversations with Scorpio. He's basically there reevaluating your whole entire lower mind. And, you know, Scorpios can be very secretive. Scorpios can be very, very in-depth people, very intense, intimate people. So, you know, a lot of the times, I'm a water sign, so Scorpio has a very interesting effect on me. But when I'm around a Scorpio, I can feel how much is going on under the surface. And it feels very, very, very intense. I like it personally. I'm not sure how it feels to be a Scorpio or to have awareness, as in that you guys have the sun in Scorpio, so you're aware of all these intense feelings, but you're a fixed sign. So you're constantly stabilizing this information, and a part of stabilizing your emotions as a Scorpio involves not saying everything that you feel. And needing to constantly, you know, to be a Scorpio is to constantly feel that you have to stabilize and be responsible emotionally, you know, and that's kind of stressful because I can't imagine. I'm a mutable water sign, so I get to just flow all over. And you know, I feel for Cancer and Scorpio because it's all about action and stability. And it's like, how do you know, that's just a completely different realm of emotion. To me, emotion should be felt first and foremost. But obviously, there's such thing as emotional action and emotional stability as well, which I strive for as a Pisces with a Scorpio North Node. I strive for that emotional stability that you guys have. So I think that's coming up to kind of say that if your words have been restricted in any kind of way, or you know, this has everything to do with your karma, Scorpio. It has everything to do with it. But right now, you are put in a very, very, very intimate place with the universe where you can speak certain emotions, certain karma. You are like karma's voice right now. Ooh, you are like the voice of karma. So I might name your video that, Scorpio. Wow, I kind of just channeled that. So, you know, watch your words, Scorpio. Trust in divine timing. You're definitely reflecting. Saturn wants to know how much Scorpio has grown since Saturn has been in your third house of communication. So your lower mind is very fixated on karma right now. It's very karmic, I'm seeing. You may need more time, you know, but it's okay. That's why these karmic reviews happen. It's about slowing down. Maybe you guys have been really, really speaking your truth, you know, or using your throat chakra. Okay, Taurus rules the throat chakra. That's the opposite house of you. So you're definitely going to be having some awareness there. You guys might be speaking out about some things that you're aware of now. But you want to trust divine timing. You guys might, over this transit, you might have something to say, and you may hold off on saying it. You know, this does bring up secrets a little bit. You guys might be keeping certain karmic secrets right now, because to me, not saying something is kind of like a secret, you know, which you rule the house of secrets. You're the eighth house, Scorpio. So you might even this might be certain secret karma might be whispering its secrets to you, because your third house is restricted right now. Scorpio can't say certain things right now, but there are certain things that Scorpio does need to say. So, you know, that's pretty intense, you guys. I don't know. I don't want to pry too much there. I'm just the messenger. So, you know, if this is relating to you, you really do want to reflect over the next 5 months on what it is that your truth really is, and what it is that you really do need to speak out about, Scorpio. You guys do well with that mysterious hidden energy. So I do believe that this is going to be a good transit for you, because if you are restricting your own words, or if you're restricting your own truth, Saturn is going to make you a more responsible person than that. You know, this is taking responsibility for your words. You know, so anything that you might have said in the past, Scorpio, it could be coming back around right now, which is that's up to your guys' karma, if it's good or bad. It's all up to you. But for the most important thing, Scorpio, I would definitely be speaking affirmations. There's nothing ever wrong with speaking light into your life. I am strong. I am transformed. I am changing. I am loved. I am protected. So things like that, Scorpio. Your voice has a lot of power right now. So, you know, with great power comes great responsibility, or whatever they say. So yeah. So I didn't want these videos to be too long. So that's all I have for you right now, Scorpio. But I'm always available. I'm always here, you know, thinking in this higher realm. So if you have any questions, or if you want to just comment your experience, if some of you are already experiencing these restrictions of words or these karmic conversations, feel free to comment below. You never know who you might touch or change. And other than that, Scorpio, just trust your divine path, and I'll talk to you guys later.